All right, so we kind of talked a little bit about vision, and that's what chapter 7 is. So in our little wheel of fortune here, we got chapter 7, exploring the vision. This is the vision statement that was on the books for your university. And it's now 2021. So by 2020, Ottawa University will be positioned as a distinctive and rapidly expanding institution known for its innovative education models, exceptional value, and special ability to prepare diverse student populations for lifetimes of enlightened faith, exemplary service, inspired leadership, and personal significance. So having a vision statement and a mission statement is kind of two common, let's call them business things that organizations do. Because people want to know, well, what's your mission and what's your vision? The vision is this law of picture thing. It's a little bit longer term. Where do we want to go, right? This is what I want Ottawa University to look like in 10 years. So President Eitner drafted this with some other people's input. The original one was 2007. So he was looking at 13 years out by 2020. And then things kind of changed and he updated the vision. I think this was maybe 2011 or so. No, it would have been later than that. It's like 2013 or 2014 because I came in 2011 and he updated the vision. So now, I didn't actually look ahead of time, but let's go ahead and, again, most organizations will have this type of thing. Let's see, about OU, mission and vision. So this probably needs to be updated, I guess. I'll have to bring that up, that's funny. I thought it would be something new. I think they were working on something, but we are in 2021, so by 2020, there it is. But this is pretty common. And the mission statement, building on its foundation as Christ-inspired community of grace, open inquiry, Ottawa University prepares professional and liberal arts graduates for lifetime's personal significance, vocational fulfillment. So here it was a little more specific about us doing teaching and teaching the students. Here it's kind of more organizational. Now, those can go a lot of different directions and can look differently. And so that's part of what we're doing with this chapter is to explore that. So why do leaders need to be skilled at exploring the vision? What comes to mind for that? Like, why would a leader need to be skilled at the vision? We've kind of done this with our other book we're studying. Cameron?
Like that Apollo is downfall of the vision.
Okay. Yeah, so they're getting a little bit more motivated, the followers. Yeah, Bobby?
Kind of like more understand his own vision.
Okay, I think that's part of it too, yeah, to help be a guiding thing. Like sometimes you guys know you can get kind of caught up in the weeds of day-to-day life and it's like, why am I doing this? This is stupid. That, it's like, oh, well, maybe it's to get to a better place, we have to do some of this stuff in between. Cameron?
So then saying for in the future,
okay, for future goals, yeah. All right, so here's kind of a quick hit list. We're not going to read all these off. Go ahead and read them yourself. Give a read to that. You guys said some of it. I want to just focus in on bullet number 3. So to ensure high levels of performance by engaging in forward thinking. What does that mean to you? To engage, or to ensure rather, the leader is trying to ensure high levels of performance by engaging in forward thinking, right? Do you think that the maintenance staff knows what's going on in the registrar's office or what goes on in the classroom specifically? So we got lots of job roles here at the university, right? And so this is meant to be a unifying thing of like, why am I on the maintenance staff at Ottawa? What does that do? Well, I just clean the toilets, fix the toilets, mow the lawn, fix the buildings when they're down, whatever. But why? And it's really to make our customers, the students, comfortable enough to where you can enjoy getting your education and enjoy the process, I guess, is part of it, right? And then what about the registrar's office? Well, why is it important to keep grades? Why is that an important role? Well, to get students to be, moving to the next step in their life after graduation, you need that little piece of paper, and it's important for us to have documented what your grades were, what your GPA is, because when you go out into the job market, maybe some employers will care a little bit about GPA or certain classes or what your major was, right? So having all that documentation is a part of the process. So the vision kind of helps do that, kind of blend all the various pieces together, because we often aren't thinking forward in terms of the organization. You just come to work, do your job, fix the toilet, teach your class, keep the records, whatever. So the leader really needs to kind of keep all of that together, and that's part of what the vision attempts to do. Okay, so where in President Eichner's thing up here, how did he do? Let's kind of score him. Here's the list of the things we just went to. Tell me, he may not have hit all these things, right? These are just suggestions. Which one of these bullets do you think he did pretty well on with that draft? Bobby? Okay, clear image, okay. Jalen?
To provide others with direction.
Okay, so have some direction. He did pretty good with that, so we have a direction. Anybody else? Yeah? Okay, future opportunities are up there, right?
To help others identify work for meaningful.
Okay, so meaningful goals, so trying to get people motivated that way. So it's all, there's different bits and pieces, and so that these are some of the guideposts that we want to do with exploring the vision. Okay, so back to our type of thinking that we're doing. These are things that we had on our hit list for the midterm. So we'll kind of go back through these. So dreaming, the idea of what is our long-term aspirations. We're going to try to create that image, which is the picture, the law of the picture that we just did. Like, what does it look like? What do we visualize ourselves to be? And so how can we articulate that as part of this process and maybe coming up with ultimately a vision statement? So we have some thinking tools that we can do. So wishful thinking. So it enables you to think broadly about things that are desirable or undesirable. How do we do it? Well, so we're going to use our divergent thinking skills, which means we're going to do what? Lots of ideas. Go for quantity. Defer judgment. Make connections. Openness to novelty. Good. So that's our divergent thinking stuff, right? So we're not shutting down answers. We're going to use divergent thinking. And then to do that, to explore visions, we're going to use these question stems. Wouldn't it be nice if this looked this way? But we can also do it in the negative. Wouldn't it be awful if this happened? Let's say to Ottawa University. So wouldn't it be awful if Ottawa University 10 years from now looked like this, went out of business or something, right? or whatever the case is? Wouldn't it be nice if Ottawa University looked like this 10 years from now? Wouldn't it be nice? What are those things? Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be awful? So that is the wishful thinking tool. You're going to use those question stems as you come up with ideas. Any questions or comments there? So storyboarding, have you guys done this before where you create a panel of pictures and actually draw? You can illustrate, you can use some words too, but this is storyboarding. So create a panel with 6 squares. In the first square, draw an image, which is today. And then in the 6th square, draw an image of the future state 10 years from now or something. And then the point is you fill in the remaining with how does life work to get to that 10 years from now? Here's where I'm at today. Here's where I want to be tomorrow. And then fill in the gaps. So that's called a storyboarding exercise. It's actually a pretty common thing to do for artists. Maybe it's with a picture. Maybe it's with a song that they're writing or something. And so what are you know, where are we at today? Where do we want to bring it? Or with a novel, of course, what does the end look like of the novel? Does the killer, you know, live or die? So you might start with the end, and then what does it look like today? You know, the state of the world is awful. We're living in a nation that doesn't have any rules and anarchy or whatever. And then how do I get to that? You fill in the blanks, right? So that's storyboarding. Did I see a hand up for?
Yeah, I was just saying, is that one class before?
Okay, so you had done that. Okay, so wishful thinking. Identify a general topic to explore using the statement starters. Wouldn't it be nice if? Wouldn't it be awful if? Identify key statements and then reverse any is kind of the whole process. So pull out a piece of paper. You're going to turn this in tonight. We're going to get started on it today, but you need to take a picture of it. Begin a wish list for your future. Ask yourself, where do I want to be 10 years from now? 10 years from now. So you're done with OU, hopefully, right? Maybe you're married, maybe you're not. Maybe you have a dog with a white picket fence. Wouldn't it be nice? So you should have 100 different answers, 100. So sometimes if you want to just be, wouldn't it be nice at the top of your paper, I would just write off, wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? You might want to actually write it out. Wouldn't it be nice if, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Da, 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 da. And then you'll have another list of, because you're going to get stuck and you're going to say, I'm done at 10. And shit, I have to do 100 of these. What do I do next, right?
You have to do 100 of each.
No, not 100 of each, 100 total. So then you could switch over to here. Wouldn't it be awful if 1, 2, 3, and then you think of, I die of cancer, I have diabetes, whatever. So wouldn't it be awful? So then you can kind of go back and forth when you get stuck, go to the awfuls and then come back to the nice. Grand total of 100.
Could it be like so outlandish?
It can be, yeah, it can be totally outlandish, yeah. Because why? Because we're doing divergent thinking. Do we shut down any ideas? No, we defer judgment, go for quantity. And then what was the other thing, Jake?
Openness to novelty.
So openness to novelty. Cameron, does that sound like outlandish is okay?
Yeah.
Yes. Be outlandish, be novel, go for quantity, get 100 of them.